Hello and welcome to my review of the SH MonsterArts MFS-3 Type 3 Kiryu. This is a figure that fans have been waiting for months now, and it is the latest rendition of Mechagodzilla. So let's take a look and see whether or not that long wait paid off. The detail and the sculpt of Kiryu is absolutely fantastic. Let's take a look. First thing that'll probably catch your eye would be the black parts in between the metal plating on Kiryu. And you can see all of the cords and cables are sculpted in like they were on the suit. All the way through the tail, the neck, and a somewhat annoying feature, because even on the instructions it makes a point to not stretch them out too much, is that there are actual realistic cables here, at the base of the head. And as I'll show you here, they actually move, and they're very soft, and they can probably break. So just be advised there. So you can tell paint detailing, there's no slop. Looks very nice. And hidden on both sides of Kiryu's thigh, just to show them off for detailing, are little boosters. It's pretty neat. One of the really sweet things about the design of Kiryu that I like on this particular figure is somewhat hidden. It's in the mouth. I really, really love the mouth. So you're probably thinking, what's so special about it? Well, let's take a look. As you can see, his teeth are a bone color, which is very nice. And as I zoom in here, you're going to see something at the back of the mouth. So two maser cannons. How sweet is that? Probably my favorite part about the design of this particular MonsterArts. Now, that's probably a standard on most Kiryu figures, but it's just one of those nice touches that's here. One of the problems with the sculpt, I would say, would be this loose part here, but when we get to the articulation section, you'll see what that's all about. Now, there are two things about Kiryu that most people are probably wondering about. Well, one you're really wondering about, and that would probably be the die cast. You can hear me moving him around a little bit, so you can probably tell. Die cast in the feet, and that plays really, really well with the articulation. This guy can balance. Now, I know the feet are articulated, but I believe the feet guard, both legs, is made of die cast too. I'm not too sure. I can't really tell, because sometimes die cast feels weird. To me, that's probably just one of those weird things. And also, the chest cannon, the bottom piece, at least for the door, is made of die cast, it feels like. So, not too much die cast on this puppy. Disappointing in that aspect. Also, something else, they took a hint from one of the things that King Ghidorah did right. What could that be? Like these cords, wires here, on Kiryu, as you can see here, the hands are made of soft plastic, as is the tip of the tail. It seems like from this point where my thumb is all the way to the tip. As you saw, I moved that piece there to prevent breakage. It's a nice little addition, doesn't really harm anything, doesn't really hurt anything, just to help. So overall, the detail on Kiryu in terms of sculpt and paint, mwah, it's great. Really, no complaints. So now something you've all come to watch. The articulation on Kiryu. Go from the head to the feet, then the tail. So the head, pretty standard. Hinged jaw, ball joint at the head, both pieces of the neck on ball joints. And unfortunately, that's about as far as you're going to go with Kiryu looking up. If you go any more, head's going to pop off, and you're going to have to realign the little wires to get back in. But fortunately, Kiryu can look very much so down. So, normally you'd think, okay, shoulders are next. No. There are these two little jet boosters on the back that are on a hinge and a swivel. Pretty neat. So the shoulders, they're amazing. Really, with the arms you can get as much articulation as you want. You can put them in pretty much any pose. The arms are on a hinge. They are on a swivel. And a ball joint. The shoulders. I'm sorry, just not the arms in general. The elbow is on a hinge. Double hinge. And they have a swivel. Closer to the bicep. And the hands are on a ball joint. So, as I showed earlier, the doors on the chest of Kiryu for the Absolute Zero cannon are on hinges. Pretty nifty. Now, the ab crunch, torso area articulation. Kiryu is indeed on a ball joint, but due to the fact that there is a bulk for the hinge here, and the overall structure of Kiryu, really he's just rocking to the left and to the right, and not so much forward and back. But he can turn. You get a lot of turning out of that. So the thighs, Kiryu, attached to the hips on a ball joint, which is restricted mostly due to the structure of Kiryu, but also because there are these cords here. Bit of a pain. And something else that's pretty cool. There are these hidden boosters on the inside, as I showed earlier, and they are on a swivel. But the actual door is on a hinge. Both legs do have them. They're neat. So the knees, they're on a hinge. That's as straight as they get. And as far as they can bend. These feet guards are on a swivel. Move up and down. And the feet are on a hinge ball joint combo. It's pretty nifty. So you can pretty much get all the articulation you want out of the feet. And last but not least, the tail. It is amazing. Whole bunch of ball joints. And there's the sculpt. So in terms of articulation, Kiryu is awesome. And as I made mention before, the die cast in the feet, yeah, standing on one foot. Sure, you don't have too many Kiryus that can do that. So like I was saying, articulation on Kiryu, amazing! Unfortunately, and very, very sadly, I regret to inform you, Kiryu comes with no beam effects. However, it comes with some nifty toys. First off, let's do the easy stuff for the accessories on Kiryu. As you probably know, Kiryu has different kind of eyes. And Kiryu comes with a total of 3 different sets. Here's how you change them. Grab this little horn here, pull it off. He looks funny. So the eyes that you get here are normal. Okay, come on, you're going to be a pain. Anyway, they're normal Kiryu eyes. And then you have these here, which have these lines through them. I guess they're supposed to represent a powered down Kiryu. But looking at the source material, Tokyo SOS Kiryu has those kind of eyes. And this is Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Then finally, a favorite that I have seen a lot of, and I'm not knocking them for it. I think it looks cool. The red Berserk Kiryu eyes. This is when Gojira roars and Kiryu remembers who he actually is. Pretty nifty. Now for the more complex stuff. Kiryu comes with his full arsenal. So, to put it on him, there are these two plugs on Kiryu's arms. You need to pull out. If you have a Chogokin Mechagodzilla, these are similar to the kneecaps. I can't speak for the Chogokin Kiryu because I do not have it. Put those to the side. And there are 3 spine's dorsal plates you need to remove. This one. These are a rather pain to remove. There we go. There's like a little clip on the inside. There's a little groove. You can see right there that it fits in, so it's kind of a pain, but this one is rather easy. So first off, Kiryu has 2 blade attachments. Missile blades. So there are these little circles on the arm, and there's a circle at the bottom of the attachment. You just pop it on. Of course, it would help if I lined it up. And then it comes with another plug for the wire. And then you plug it in. Bada booshk. There we go. Now, one of the cool things about this is that these little, I guess you could say, energy portions, I'm not sure what to call them, but they shoot out the energy beams. They can extend. And also, you get blades. And what you do with the blades is you just put them in, and you just slide it in. Like so. They're a bit of a pain to keep in. A slight touch will just knock them off, but not like the next thing I'm going to show you. Here's the attachment for the other arm. Already got this one prepared for the most part. And finally, the backpack unit. It looks pretty neat, but the barrels are articulated. Not so much so, though. Line it up, and there are little pegs on there that go into where the dorsal plates were. And there we go. It's not a really tight fit. It's very easy to take off, so just be careful with that. So overall, the accessories for Kiryu, they're nice, but compared to some other releases that I've seen, those pretty much seem standard. So an extra beam effect or something would have been appreciated, or maybe even a vehicle, but you know, can't really complain too much. It's nice to actually have this boxed in with Kiryu instead of separate. So for accessories, nothing to really complain about. As you are probably well aware, Kiryu is the only Millennium MonsterArts currently released. And as you can see here to the left, we have the Heisei Mechagodzilla, and to the right, the Showa one. This one is the Bandai Chogokin, and this is the SH MonsterArts Mechagodzilla. So, let's take a look at how well Kiryu fits in with the rest of the MonsterArts line. So as you can see here with some other choice selections from the SH MonsterArts line, Kiryu fits in pretty well. To the left we have a smaller figure from the line, Godzilla 1964. Here is the original Godzilla released, and here is King Ghidorah. So if you're looking to put Kiryu into your collection and you're looking for an idea on size, just perfect. Could maybe be a little bit bigger, but that's fine. it works for Kiryu. So, some of you probably collect Revoltechs, so let's take a look at how well Kiryu scales up with some Revoltech figures. Here we have some choice pieces from the Revoltech line. So once again, MonsterArts and Revoltech don't necessarily mix too well together, but, you know, it kind of works if you think that Baragon and Anguirus are naturally smaller than Mechagodzilla would be. So, overall, in terms of scale, Kiryu could maybe be a little bit taller, maybe a bit bulkier, but for scale-wise, Kiryu is just about spot-on perfect. When Kiryu was first announced for release through Bluefin, the price tag was $96.99. Still is, the MSRP. You can get them for cheaper depending on where you look. I know Amazon is fluttering around the $80, $85 range. And there are some other places you can get them cheap. I got mine for $72 and some change shipped. It's not bad. So, what do I think of it overall? At the end of the day, what would I say about it? Kiryu is simply amazing. Without a doubt, one of, if not the best, release in the SH MonsterArts line so far. There are some hindrances with the articulation, namely in the thighs and in the ab crunch area here. Accessories, lacking a bit. That's something that I really hope that Bandai works on. Really getting sick of not getting too much with the MonsterArts, but fortunately, Kiryu comes with the arm attachments and his backpack, so that's nice. But really, there's nothing to complain about with Kiryu. Dare I say, this? Assuming you don't have a Kiryu figure yet, because I'm sure there's going to be someone that's going to pipe up and say, no, it's not the best release. But this is a perfect Kiryu. Some may find the price tag to be a bit expensive, but when you hold it in your hand, you really realize how much engineering went in to this masterpiece.